Boom. Welcome to the program. Welcome to The Word. It's good to be back. James Mundia alongside
Doug Branson.
It's this is a different setup for us. A little bit. We're changing things up a little bit. We are no longer in studio, so we lost the creature comforts there.
That's true.
But that's true. We've been setting up for the past hour or so. This is a little bit different, but I like
it's a little hotter.
It's warmer outside. It's probably about 94 degrees outside.
Both in temperature and emotions.
Look at my cheeks. Look how red they are. Look at it's a little bit warm. But this is The Word, and those of you that are familiar with the program know that we're about sports news and stuff. We're just generally going to be we're going to be traversing all over campus. So this is the first show in front of Wilson Library. We got a great studio audience.
It's the first show on the web, as you know, because you're in front of your computers right now.
Right. We're going to be podcasting and vidcasting all throughout the year. And generally, we're going to be talking to people on campus people, athletes, etc. And we're going to get started today with our first show. Okay, so we would be remiss if we did not talk about. Let me find it. Let me find my notes. Where are they? Okay, good. We'd be remiss. Big couple of weeks in sports. Michael Vick dogfighting.
Michael J. Vick.
Is that his middle name?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so we all know the allegations. We all know about the guilty play. Let's talk about the deeper issues that seem to be coming out here.
Which is something I think we didn't do in the whole Don Imus thing, but I think it's something that now we have an opportunity to do with the Mike Vick situation, is that the deeper issues beyond just guilt or innocence.
Those issues being,
really there's only one issue for me, and that is the response to his apology that came just merely a few days ago.
Yes. What are the issues? I don't share the same issues that you have with that. We've already discussed this.
Then that's good.
What are the
for a show? That's good.
We'll have a discourse about it because I'm a little bit confused about you're upset about that. I don't understand why.
I'm upset because I feel like, and let me make this clear to everyone out there on the internet. I despise Michael Vick. I am a Carolina Panthers fan, a football fan, have been since their inception, and generally, when you talk to a diehard Carolina Panthers fan, they don't like Michael Vick. I don't like Michael Vick. I would go so far to say that I hate Michael Vick. But I'm also a fair person when it comes to people who are in the spotlight. And I think I gave him the benefit of the doubt after his apology came out. He was sincere.
Looked like it.
It looked like it. And you know what? And I told you this. I would rather be naive than to be like some of these talking heads on Fox News and these other shows that are very just going after people no matter what they say, because Michael Vick could not have said anything to please the talking heads and to please the pundits out there. So that's my problem, is I thought he was sincere, and I don't think people are giving him a fair enough shot in the media. But you go.
Okay, and I think that's a good explanation, and I definitely sympathize with that. I just don't see really at this point. It's almost like, and this might be harsh. And by the way, one thing we're going to bring back, we did this last year, 5 bold statements. Everybody gets 5 bold statements.
We would be remiss if we didn't mention where Rich Abernathy is right now, for those of you who did tune into the show beforehand on student television.
Okay, Richard Bruce Abernathy is actually working at the PGA of America. They have their own television thing. Anytime you watch a golf tournament that's a PGA event, it's actually being put on by the PGA, like their production company. Rich Abernathy is a temporary employee there with the hopes of becoming full-time. He's working like 18-hour days. He's getting free golf at TPC at Sawgrass. So we're going down soon to play, and I'll shoot about a 300. And so Rich Abernathy, one of the people that made this show what it was back in the day and what it is now. So big shouts to Rich Abernathy. But essentially, at this point, and going back to my bold statement, maybe he doesn't deserve that much of a. I'm not saying he needs to be like picked on and really attacked like he has been, like you've noticed. I just don't think he deserves the benefit of the doubt. I mean, there's no doubt anymore, and I just don't see.
Well, we're not. But again, we're not talking. It's not guilt or innocence. We all know he's pled guilty. We know that, so he doesn't get any benefit of doubt there. But what about? I mean, isn't there something to be said for forgiveness, for someone at least trying at this point to reform himself?
Yes, but the problem is it's just so easy to. You get so tired of hearing these types of things from athletes and actors and etc. when they have a mistake like this pop up or get arrested or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's so hard to take it as being sincere. Now, I mean, I'm not a psychologist. I can't really analyze. I don't know what he's saying really was, from the heart or whatever. But I just at this juncture, it's just why I'm just kind of done with the whole issue. But on that note, we're gonna take a little bit of a break. We'll be back, and we're talking baseball. So we'll be back in a couple seconds on The Word.
Hi, welcome back. You're watching The Word. I'm now joined by Casey Sturgill. Casey Sturgill, resident baseball analyst for The Word on the web now. Casey, tell us, before we get into baseball, tell us a little about yourself, about where you come from.
Well, fifth-year senior, victory lap.
Five's the new four.
5 is the new 4. However you want to look at that, this is my 5th year. So having a good time, be done in December. Journalism major, love baseball. Love talking about it.
Good.
That's a great thing about baseball. You can talk about it.
That's true. Baseball, because the season goes on, so we have a very long season, many games to go over. There's a lot to talk about in baseball. So let's get right to it.
Great studio audience, by the way. They're nice.
That's true. Look, Chip, can we get a shot of that studio audience?
Yeah.
That's incredible. That's incredible. It's a very nice studio. Okay.
I think that's a class.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, they're here for us.
So future's bright for UNC baseball.
It is.
That's probably the final word on that.
Yeah.
But so now moving on to the majors, the big time, the big leagues. It's been an exciting year, I think. If you pay attention to the entirety of baseball and not just stick in your own division, especially. I mean, I hate to say this, but the AL East. I mean, it's had its ups and downs, but really, unless you're a Boston Red Sox or New York Yankees fan, and even then, it's been a kind of boring year for the AL East. But
no, I think you're right. I mean, I think oftentimes, especially on the big network outlets, ESPN, the AL East dominates. People love it. I mean, people love Yankees versus Red Sox, but it really hasn't been that exciting. It's been a one-team race. It's been Boston. And, I mean, you look at, we were talking about the standings before we came back from break, but you look at the standings. I mean, in the wild card, the Yankees are only a couple back of Seattle, but in the East, the Yankees are pretty much out of it. It's kind of like, I compare it to if you're running around a track, and you're on a track and there's 2 people in front of you. One of them's about, say, 10 yards in front of you, and the other one's on the other side of the track, and they're thinking about lapping you. That's the way I think New York feels right now. So I don't think Boston has anything to worry about. I think New York has their eyes directly on Seattle in the wild card, and that's really all they can hope for.
Right. I think I'm an Atlanta Braves fan, and it's been a very up and down season for me as a fan of the Atlanta Braves. But the race I'm really paying attention to is this one right here, the NL Central. I think that's been one of the more exciting races, and I think it'll be even more exciting as we get closer and closer to October.
I mean, it's so amazing that we talk about it as being the most exciting race. I agree with you, by the way. I think it's the most exciting race in baseball, but it's the worst division in baseball.
That's
true.
The Cubs,
67 and 63 going into today. They're the only team above 500 in Central Division. So, I mean,
if you're interested in who wants to win this division, then that's the definite race you want to pay attention to, because the Brewers looked so incredible, and then they got to looking in their rearview mirror, and now they're in the rearview mirror.
Unbelievable.
If St. Louis comes back and wins this division, it would be probably, that's why I say it's one of the most insane divisions right now, because really even Cincinnati, as bad as they've been,
how much momentum would St. Louis take if they could do it? They would take so much momentum. They're defending World Series champions. Can you believe that? I mean, it's hard to think about.
And they've still got winners on that team. They haven't. Chris Carpenter went down early. The pitching hasn't been there, but they've got winners. They've got bats on that team. It's not out of the question. Is basically what we're saying.
I agree with you. I think St. Louis has a great chance. You talked about, I think their rotation might be the issue. You got Braden Looper, Adam Wainwright, question marks. They're a great team. I think the Cubs do have the most balanced team, but let's be honest. People talk about the curse being fake. I don't know. I don't know if it is. I got to be honest with you. It seems legit. I mean, the Cubs always seem to mess it up, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, they definitely will have to mess it up, because Zambrano's still throwing bullets. They just got Soriano back, so if they blow it, then we might be talking about curse here again, as usual. So
unbelievable. Poor Wrigleyville, which I got a chance to go, by the way. I got a chance
to go to Wrigley
Field.
I can't.
So
I'm jealous. No, I haven't.
So I went to Wrigley Field. Let me tell you something, folks. you know they party in Wrigley Field. You see it. They're in the bleachers. There's beer going around. You know that they have a party. But until you go in person, you have no idea.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I had people asking me the score in the 7th inning. People didn't know what was going on, who was pitching. And the guy said, "What's the score?" And I said, right there's the scoreboard, Chief. But it was absolutely, I was shocked. And it's hard to say it because on TV, all you see is beer flowing, but I was still shocked.
A little off topic of sports, but on topic as far as Wrigley Field, did you have a Chicago-style hot dog while you were there?
Yes, I did.
All right,
Fantastic.
well, hold on, everyone. What? Time out. What did you put on the hot dog? I need exact ingredients.
Ooh, all right. Ketchup, mustard.
It's over. No hot. He did not have a Chicago-style hot dog. He put ketchup on it.
But I didn't go get it. Somebody got it for me. Hey, all right, what else was on there? Some peppers,
All
some
right,
relish,
you were good.
onions,
Good.
mustard.
Good. See, you went right. Oh man. Oh, you were so close. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not gonna be too hard. I'm not. Was it your
No,
first?
please be hard.
Was it your first trip?
First trip.
Okay. Well, now you know. You can't look, people. Can I get camera 2 right here?
I'm sorry, people.
If you go to Chicago to get a Chicago-style hot dog, please. This is a PSA. Please do not put ketchup on that thing. First of all, the guy that served him that hot dog probably laughed at him as soon as he walked away. I'm sorry, but he probably did. But secondly,
He's right.
it's just not a Chicago-style hot dog. They don't put ketchup on it. Mustard. Let me run down real quick, and we'll get back to baseball. Mustard, sweet relish, peppers, tomatoes, chopped onions. Right. Sport pepper. I already said
Relish.
peppers, but sport pepper.
Peppers.
And
no
on a
ketchup.
Nathan's hot dog, all beef, and on a sesame seed bun. That's a Chicago-style hot dog.
I
But
apologize. Well,
it's okay. Digress.
Who's going to win the World Series? Who's gonna win?
Predictions. Let's write them down. Let's keep
get
a
the heck out of
record.
Chicago if we're talking about World Series predictions.
That's
'cause
true. Both and the
most likely not
White
gonna
Sox
happen.
have already given up on their coach and their team. So
Yeah, they have.
We can go ahead and count them out. You know what? I think I had to go Boston Red Sox in the AL. What you can't, to me, I can't look at their lineup and look at what they're packing unless some horrible string of injuries occurs between now and October. I just can't look at their lineup and not put them in the AL. So Boston for the AL for me. AL for you.
AL, I'm going with Cleveland. Dark horse, tie for third most wins, I think. They're well balanced. They're pitching Fausto Carmona, a rookie. Unbelievable stuff. I wouldn't want to hit against him. I wouldn't want to stand in. I'd be afraid. So they're good. Boston will give them a run for their money. But Boston, they've had it so easy this year. When they get into the playoffs, a couple of bad games, that's it. Forget it. Mentally, I don't know.
All right, here's the harder one. I think, even though we split on that one, I think still picking the NL, picking the person out of the NL is going to be much more tough. Who do you got?
In the NL, you know, I thought about this a lot actually on the way over here, and I think that I'm comfortable saying the Philadelphia Phillies.
Ooh, explanation.
Two things have to happen,
All right.
and then basically it's two injuries. Cole Hamels has to be 100%.
Okay.
Chase Utley, possible MVP if not for that pesky broken wrist.
Well,
Possible MVP. I think if they stay healthy and Charlie Manuel can right the ship, they're going to win the wild card and just come out and win it.
so here's a quick question. Phil's out of the wild card to the World Series, or
Yes.
do they come?
They're
do they
not
come
coming
and catch
by and
Mets?
getting the Mets.
Okay.
The Mets, in my opinion, are the safe way to go for the National League. But something just told me the Phillies are going to finally get it together. But
Okay.
Mets are the safe way.
You know what? He just proved it to me. I was gonna go Mets, but you know what? I'm gonna go Phils as well. I like that logic, and after seeing them play the other night, they just look like if they can keep this momentum, just like we said St. Louis, if they get dangerous. But I see Phil's going from the wild card. It seems we always have the World Series. Someone comes from the wild card to go to the World
Yeah.
Series. So, okay. So now I have Boston Phils. You have Cleveland Phils. World Series winner and World Series MVP.
Okay, I'm going Cleveland Indians are going to win the World Series. I think, once again, I go back to the rotation. The lineup's excellent, too. I mean, you're going to talk about balanced lineup, Grady Sizemore and Kenny Lofton. Okay, when Kenny Lofton's on your team, you're going to do well. You're going to go to the postseason, and you're probably going to win.
Said it.
So I think Cleveland, they got some power. They got a lot of pop. Travis Hafner and Casey Blake. I mean, he's getting up there in years, but he's still hitting the ball out of the ballpark. So I'm going Indians.
Cleveland MVP. Who's it?
MVP will be CC Sabathia.
CC Sabathia.
2 wins.
Wow.
2
Okay,
wins.
that's good. All right. I'm going to take the Boston Red Sox. As I said, they just I know at times it looks like they can't seem to put it together, but I think when it comes to go time, they don't have to worry so much about the New York Yankees. It doesn't look like they might not even make the playoffs, or I think 2 games out of the wild card now, so they might not even have to deal with the Yankees.
Joe Torre's gone.
That's true. So Boston, I'm going to take Boston in the World Series. And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to make my bold statement. First bold statement. Lugo. Lugo's the MVP.
Oh my, Lugo.
MVP.
Fun to
Lugo.
watch. Not gonna happen.
Lugo. That's it. World Series over.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm glad to be here, Doug.
I'm glad you came. This is a very good opening baseball talk. The 2 new guys talking about baseball.
And, you know, I like the idea we got here. It's kind of like an antique roadshow. We're going around campus. We're like spreading joy, except
That's
antique
true.
roadshow, it's old people. We're spreading joy to young people.
We're spreading news about sports, news, and stuff. And that's what the word's all about. Hey, thank you for coming on, man. And
Appreciate
we're going to have you on more often because it's about to be October. It's about to be go time.
Oh, boy.
When we come back, we're going to have James Mundy. We're going to have Alex Robinson talking about stuff. Stay tuned. Keep it on the web. We'll be back.
Welcome back to the program. We're back on the Word. I'm here with the lovely Alex Robinson. We're gonna switch gears. The show is sports, news, and stuff. We're gonna go more towards the stuff. We talked about sports and news earlier. We're gonna go towards more towards the stuff. Okay, this is a very important issue to me. I am a male. I attend the University of North Carolina. You are a female. You also attend the same school.
True story.
What is the deal with guys on campus? I can't put my finger on it, but something. I don't know, and you have more experience with this than I do. I would hope. We talked about skeezy guys earlier, you and I, before.
Yes. There's lots of them on campus.
So you said something interesting to me when we were sitting over there. Guys heckle and catcall, like that happens to you?
Yes, it does.
I'm sorry. I refuse to believe it. I don't believe.
More on Franklin Street than like on the quad, but it happens. You were saying, tell them your story about the frowning girls.
Okay. This is what happened. I'm walking on campus today, and I'm with a good friend of mine from Florida, showing him a good time, Josh House, big shouts. And we like to mess around and just say hi to people and talk to random people, whatever, especially girls, it's fun, just kind of like, whatever, hey. So I think I'm fairly, whatever. So I talk to I say hey to this one girl, and I spotted her from a little bit, from a while back, like a couple yards. I say hey to this girl as we're passing. And she she hears it, okay, recognizes it. I mean, this permanent frown that's just walked right by, like almost sped up or whatever. Now, come on, what's the problem? What's going on? I'm just saying hi, and I was doing it almost as an experiment, especially with the second girl, because I was just like, what?
Well, they're probably wondering what you want from them.
I don't want anything, and maybe that's. I mean, I like to say hi to people because I'll talk to anybody, like we talked about earlier. I'll talk to anybody.
You're gregarious. You're friendly. Yeah.
And. I mean, I met some of my best friends just by talking to random people. I mean, especially like when I was an underclassman. So I don't see what the big deal is. And so, women, this is my thing. This is my thing to you. And maybe you can help. Maybe I'm naive. I understand it's a dangerous world, but we're not in downtown Queens at 3 in the morning and you're walking back from the grocery store. We're in the quad. It's well lit. What is the big deal?
Well, I think we're taught to be on the defense.
Okay.
Defensive, like. To protect ourselves, and also they're probably wondering why you're talking to them if they don't know you.
But
it's a natural instinct to be guarded and wonder why is this person.
Okay.
And they probably think it's a joke. If you're with your friends,
I know,
you're laughing.
but it kind of was. We weren't laughing.
See, it is a joke.
But it's not a joke as much as it is more like just us kind of pushing ourselves past the threshold. It's all about the threshold because once you cross a certain line, I think this is the line right here. Okay, Can we get that? This is the line right here. Once you cross a certain line, I think you're able to really do much more than you think you can in a social situation. And so it's all about crossing that threshold permanently, and then I think you can really have some success open up because I'm always pushing myself in terms of social interaction. I mean, both of us plan to be involved in the entertainment industry. It's very social. You have to know people, and that's what I do. I try to know as many people as I can. Not because I want to get something out of them, but I think it's just good to have a lot of friends.
Well, speaking of pushing the threshold, you're a
Okay.
rarity because I was telling you earlier, a couple of my friends have had the situation of taking guys home and they make no move. There are guys who are too shy.
I don't see. I don't. Does that really happen?
It
Because
does.
if that does,
I'm telling you. The past 3 weeks, I've had 4 friends take guys home. I got classy friends. Yeah. And it'll be like 2 a.m.
Okay.
So, you know, you're expecting something to happen.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying
Waffle House.
Yes, you're expecting food. But these guys make no moves, so they end up going to bed.
Look,
To sleep.
I have a message for those guys. Look, and I'm not very promiscuous. I don't put myself out there very much. But look, if a girl looks at me, and I'm back at the crib, I told you earlier at 2 p.m., let alone 2 a.m., I'm probably trying to get down. So if it's 2 a.m. and she's at the crib, maybe had a couple drinks, you know.
That's our PSA. If a girl's taking you home and it's 2 a.m., make a move.
You know, we're here to help. We're here to inform you,
Do
the
what we
campus,
can.
and I think you can speak for a lot of the women on campus. I just find it hard to believe that actually happens. But just like I
4
find it hard to
times
believe
in
that
3 weeks.
just like I find it hard to believe that there's
It's happened to
catcalls.
me.
Really? Oh, yeah, we talked about this earlier. Yes, we did. Well,
It's happened to me.
if this woman,
Multiple times.
if this woman has anything to do with you after the hours of 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. Sorry,
2 p.m.
I
2
can't get over
p.m.
2 p.m. or 2 a.m. and you don't do anything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just can't have
That's
anything
the
for
UNC
you.
campus, though. Relationships on this campus are bizarre.
They don't work. There's something missing. It's like I said earlier, you build a house and it's like the third bathroom doesn't have plumbing. There's something that's just not there that needs to be there, and you can live without it, but it's just weird.
But can you really live without it?
I don't know. Maybe you can't. I just think relationships in this. I mean, look. I'm a swinging guy. I'm in a prime
He's
here.
out there.
And I just feel like it's like impossible. And I'm not going nice guys finish last. I'm not on that tip. I'm not on that. I put myself out there. I ask girls out, numbers, et cetera, et cetera. There's just something that just prevents success in like a unilateral sense. I mean, you may have some success, you know, whatever. But I feel like on the grand scale, like there's something missing, and it's what makes things so bizarre on campus. And
Yeah.
what is it? Can someone tell me? Can someone visit the website cuaproductions.com and email us or
We
something?
need answers and solutions.
Um,
Yes.
I don't know. It's frustrating. I mean, I don't know who it's more frustrating for.
I feel like I get kind of jaded to it now, though. We were talking about that earlier.
Yes.
I'm a little jaded to it.
So what do we do? So we do, and is that why we have girls that just walk around with permanent frowns on their faces because
Frowns.
because they can't?
No, we talked about that's natural bitch face. That's
I don't think
just-
that was. I don't think it was when I was talking to these girls. I don't think that was NBF. I don't think that's what we were dealing with there. I think it was a legitimate anger at the world.
She resented being your experiment.
It wasn't an
Your
experiment. I was
test
just saying
subject.
hi. If we can't go out and say hi to people, just say hi. Whether I want something or not, come on. All I'm doing is saying hi. I'm not catcalling. I am not, egg roll. You know, I'm not doing any of that, which is very classy by the way. The is very, very classy.
That always gets me. That woos me.
I think girls like that. So I'm just saying hi. Look. If I'm lying, I'm dying. Maybe I'm crazy, but that's, I don't know. I don't even have a bold statement for that. I'm.
Maybe you gotta, with the diagram, we need to like carry it on.
The
Try
threshold?
the how are you?
I don't like that question. I don't like the how are you question, because it's too generic. It's like, what do you think I'm gonna say? I'm terrible. Thank you. I just got fired from my job. Sorry. I mean, I think.
Well, you need something. You gotta go a little bit past hey.
Okay.
Because that's.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? How are we doing on time? What do you think? Should I say something like?
We're getting some hand signals. I don't know. I feel like if you follow past that high, then they're not quite as off put.
Okay.
You need a little bit something else.
Okay. Maybe.
We'll work on it. We'll take suggestions. Send it in.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about fashion. What are people wearing on campus? Why? Some of the things I've seen the past couple of days. There have been some nice things, and there have been some not nice things. And
Well, most notably is that it's ungodly hot out.
Yes.
So it's kind of hard to look attractive at all.
there's some girls that are doing a pretty good job, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry.
There's also some half-naked people on campus. We
Yeah.
discussed that earlier.
I'm a fan of that. I like that.
You would be.
I don't like with the women, definitely. But here's my thing. guys on campus that are going on with their shirts off. And look, you got a tight bod. I can appreciate that. You work out. You've been staying away from the alcohol.
Working for it.
But it's just something about it's very douche. I think it's very douche. And we have there's one right here actually. Can we get a shot of this guy over here? Can we do this? Can we do that? Look at he's spitting game hard too. Wow. I think she's digging it too. Oh, so you want to go back to my place? I'll juggle for you. Oh yeah, really, that would be fun.
But don't take me home and do nothing.
You know what? You see, does that not kind of? It's just. There's no right way to do that.
My thing is the girls running through the quad with just a sports bra on and like bike shorts.
I like it.
Put on some clothes.
Ooh. It is very over the top. It has its. Well,
it's just so obvious.
Okay, obvious that what? That they're trying to
flaunt what they got.
Ooh, and you don't like that.
I mean,
I don't like it with the guys, so you're totally welcome to not like it with the girls.
I don't even like it with the guys. I'm kind of like, that's so cheesy to run through the quad in the middle of class.
With your shirt off?
With your shirt off?
Interesting.
Like you're begging for the attention. Just gotta say, I'm just putting it out there.
I think you're right.
Trying to speak the truth.
Look, there's some dynamics on this campus, and we're going to explore that throughout the semester, throughout the year, throughout the course of the show. We're going to explore that, the dynamics, the social dynamics in this campus, particularly with the opposite sexes or the same sexes. That there's something that's off here a little bit. I'm not sure.
We hope it's this campus.
Maybe
it might be the whole world, and that's the scary thought.
Or maybe it's us. Maybe we're the weird ones. I don't know.
Perhaps. But really, the reason that I wanted to talk about fashion was your shoes.
Yes. Let me pull these out.
I'm
so ashy right now. I'm gonna need some lotion.
Lotion. Where are the pages?
These are the Crocs. I got these free. They're Carolina. They're actually the Carolina brand.
You got them for free.
Well, I work in sports marketing, or not marketing. I work in sports administration in the athletic department.
Nice.
And so I
don't know how I feel about Crocs. I gotta say, you're right beside me, but I don't know how I feel about. Crocs.
Why would you do that? Why would you say that? That's wow. Why would you say that?
I'm dressed like a 12-year-old boy, so I can't really say too much.
We've only got 1 minute, but I want you to stand up. I want people to see that this is. Picture day, 4th grade. Go, do it.
I can't.
You can't. Yeah, you can stand up. Look at that. I mean, that's fantastic. That is picture day of 4th grade.
I'm dressed like a 12-year-old boy. It's all right.
All right, we gotta wrap up. We only got a minute or so left. We'll continue to talk about fashion at a later date because I'm gonna be wearing my Crocs as much as I can.
I'll be sure not to dress like a 12-year-old boy next time.
Okay. Well, Alex, thanks for coming on. This is gonna be a weekly thing. We'll be right back. Doug and I are going to wrap up the show, and then we're going to go to Panera. So we'll be back in just a few. Word up. Welcome back to the program. We're here on The Word, live in the quad outside Wilson Library. James Mundia alongside
Doug Branson.
Branson.
I've got no paper left.
We've been writing feverishly the whole
program. That means
the
show's just about over. That I don't have paper left.
We're running down to our last supplies here. We're about to jump ship, but we're gonna wrap up the show. It's been a great first program. It's good to have Casey on. Good to have Alex on. We had a great studio audience, which I think you saw earlier.
Yeah. What more can you say? We're on the web. We're on the internet.
Have I had both of these buttoned up the whole time?
I think you did.
I don't know if I like that look. Let's rewind the tapes. We're starting over again. Okay, you brought up something that I think is very, very important that we were talking about earlier.
Well, and we're on the internet now. We're James and Rich. For people who did watch The Word on student television, they were on television. So we're on the internet now. And something that bothers me is that now, and I've been trying to get a lockdown date on this about when the internet actually was popularized. I'm thinking like 95, AOL, 95, 96,
yes.
You've Got Mail. Okay, so that means that we've had the internet for some odd 11, 12 years, give or take a few years, and people still don't know how it works. Should we create a manual?
I think it's important. I think people...
Now, some examples.
Yes.
Some examples, because I think it's important. So, the students who are watching this are very familiar with listservs. We get listserv emails all the time. And yet still, people, and you know, you get away with one time emailing the entire listserv. When someone emails the entire listserv instead of responding to a particular person or the person that, you know, emailed the listserv to begin
You
with.
only get one of those.
You only get one. Even if you're a freshman, you only get one, and then after that, I fully have the right to be angry with you and/or send a flaming email with all caps back to you. So why can't people get this? I'm still getting seniors. I'm only a junior. I'm still getting seniors doing this to me. Help me understand that.
I think it's just.
Am I getting too angry about this?
No. Your anger is definitely very justified. I mean, I'm very, very impatient when it comes to people's ignorance with technology.
Right.
That may be a very, very snobby statement, but it is annoying when that happens to you. In particular, email etiquette is very big because email is such a big part of our
Email
lives.
etiquette, right?
And I think you're right. People just don't know how to use it in the way that it was supposed to be used.
Right. And now that we have Facebook, I go on Facebook profiles and nobody puts their email address on Facebook. Can we get serious? Can we get serious with James Mundy and Doug Branson for about 2 seconds about putting email addresses on your Facebook? It's a networking website. Now hold on. I understand people not putting their telephone numbers. People don't want to get drunk dials or calls, but we're talking about email addresses, people. We've had the internet for 12 years. At some point, we have to understand it. We have to get a grasp on it.
I think people. I totally agree with everything you're saying. I totally agree with everything you're saying. But in regards to Facebook, I mean, can't you just send them a message right on their wall? The best way to get in contact with me is right on my wall. If you're right on my wall, I'm checking it.
Although James does have a theory that if you don't want to get anything done,
if you don't want to get something done, you know the best way to do it is send that person an email, because they're not going to check it. And then when they do check it, they're not going to respond for a couple days.
And you know what? I can back him up because someone did email me one time and I saw him in the pit or something. It was very bad. And they said, "Hey, did you get my email?" I was like, "Ooh, it must have got lost." Emails don't get lost, people.
You got the email.
Look, emails don't get lost. The internet is not a series of tubes. The tubes don't leak.
It's a series of
people get their email. So if someone tells you that they lost your email or the email never got to them, they're lying.
Don't try to tell me it was in your spam folder. Don't try to tell me that. Just say you read it and you blew it off. Just be honest with me. I didn't get your email. I didn't get that email. Yeah. Get out of town.
Yeah.
Email is getting lost. Email etiquette, it's big, but obviously, like we said, if you don't want to get something done, just send an email. It's starting to get to the point now. You know, while we're on the technology tip, I'm starting to get real kind of frustrated with cell phone etiquette's getting a little bit. Look,
it's coming to a head.
I want you to listen to me very closely.
You want camera 2?
Can I have camera 2? I want you to listen to me very closely. When I call you, pick up your phone. If you aren't available, call me back. If you call me and I don't pick up my phone, leave a message. I think I just solved all the world's problems right there. If we just do those simple things.
That's a PSA from James Mundy.
We've gotten a couple
here
PSAs.
We have.
We're
more PSAs than bold statements.
That's true. I think I only had one bold statement. You had a bold statement.
I had a bold statement.
I didn't. What was your? I didn't.
Julio Lugo, MVP of the World Series. Rich Abernathy will like that. He'll have my head for that one. But
all right.
So you have to have an example of people not understanding the internet.
Most of those examples would be my parents, but I got to give them credit because they got like real lives and jobs. So they're always calling me with internet stuff. So I can appreciate that. I mean, there's too many to list right now. I don't even know where to begin. It's just, I'll tell you what my main thing is. It's not as much with the users. Sometimes I have a real big problem with like site admins and webmasters who just have designed sites in a way that it's like you're not trying to do business.
That's true. People don't want to make money on the internet sometimes.
That's gonna be another theme of this show. If you don't want to make, people don't want to make money.
No.
People don't. That's not about making money. It's like that commercial, the new commercial that's out right now with the guy. He started a small business making chairs, and his assistant's freaking out because they're getting all these orders, and he's like, "Yeah, well, this is what we wanted to happen." And he's like, "Really? I don't." Apparently, people don't want to make money.
That's gonna definitely be a recurring theme. If we find a business that doesn't want to make money, we're gonna bring it to you right here on the Word because we feel it's important.
I think you said yours. You had we had one together, but you had Peppers, right? Was the one that had a
right. Yeah, they didn't, and this was before they moved to their new location. But I still haven't been back because sometimes, I may lie to people and I may cheat, but I stick to some principles, and one of those principles is customer service. And when
It's a
I'm
dying art. It's a lost
when I'm
art.
not treated like a customer, when I'm not served as a customer, then, you know, then I don't come back to your establishment. And Peppers was one of those places. And their big thing is, oh, there's a helicopter right now.
It's killing our sound.
So Pepper's big thing is they won't split a check if you have more than 5 people. And that
Can we talk about that too in a second? Go on.
But that doesn't matter if that person has a water or has a Coke and you say, can I add that Coke? Just add it to my check. Then we've got 5 people. We're made in the shade. No, no. They have calculators, and even if someone leaves in the middle of the meal, they and they're counterculture. Pepper's Pizza claims to be counterculture, yet they do everything by the book. Now, how does that? They don't want to make money.
That's why I brought up Peppers, because that's on your list. But
Yeah.
I want to go back to the larger issue here, which is why can't we just split a check? Look, maybe I'm simplifying things too much, but what are we talking about when we split a check?
Right.
We're not even talking. It's not even a matter of division, because everybody got different things.
Right.
It's what is it? Are we under attack? There's all these helicopters. It's a matter. It's an issue of taking everybody's meals and just printing out 5 different checks, or what? So they can't split if it's over a certain number. That's what they're saying, right?
Yeah, right. If it's over 5 people, they won't split the check. And again, yeah, you're not right. They don't have to do calculus. Okay, realize this.
It's not even division, though. It's not even division.
No,
it's just
it's
separating the checks.
It's something I can do on one of those little calculators without Texas Instruments, you know, all that garbage. It's something I could split it for them if they would like me to.
Maybe that's what we're gonna have to start doing. Just figure it out before the meal. No excuses.
I'm sure there's something more to the issue that we're not getting to, but you know what? That's I'm a customer. Make me happy. That's all. Make me happy.
Wow. This is the first show. This is very passion. Well, I think that's gonna just about do it.
Yeah, let's get to some just real quickly some Word Weekly, some YouTube clip. I think we had a YouTube clip of the week. Talk about that real quick.
No, I don't have one. I don't have one. Am I supposed to have one?
Yeah, we talked about it before the show.
Oh, it was the Miss Teen USA.
Yeah, go ahead.
South Carolina. It's humorous. It's ironic. It's very topical. That's all I can really say. That's all I got for you. I mean, I don't want to give it away too much, but basically she was asked the final question on the Miss Teen USA pageant, which, by the way, this is for a rainy day. Beauty pageants. Come on.
Right, and we'll post that link for you on the website.
Come on, beauty pageants.
We'll post that YouTube clip of the week link on the website. So,
this might be an inside joke, but we actually had one of the coaching staff from the Philadelphia 76ers just walk by. Yeah, not one of the main, one of the assistants, but still. So always good to have them here. Anyway, a little bit of it. That's kind of inside, but it's big for me and Doug. Anyway, appreciate you watching / listening. I'm getting eaten alive by bugs, by the way. That's a new feeling.
But you know what? So we've experienced both the good with the studio audience and the sunlight. We've also experienced the bad with being outside now and not in the studio with the helicopters and the bugs. But I think all in all, it's been a good experience. It's been a good episode of The Word.
Good first show.
Come back to COAProductions.com. We're going to have not only come back for this show, come back weekly and watch this show on the web, but also come back for some of the other original material we got on there. And wrap it up, James Mondia. Give a couple shout outs.
Wow.
Give a couple shout outs maybe to Rich Babb.
Big shouts to Richard Bruce Abernathy. Big shouts to Josh House. Big shouts to everybody from Camp Canada. Big shouts to Mom and Dad. Big shouts to the Pardini family, especially Brittany, who I think has been ignoring me, but whatever. Don't worry about it.
Shout out to our crew, Joseph Doodle Diepenbrock,
Deep Space Nine,
and Chip the Lip Bowman.
Thanks to Preston for helping out. Thanks to Casey Trent Sturgill for
everybody
for
that came on today.
Alex Robinson, to my co-host. It's been a pleasure. For Doug Branson, I'm James Mondia. Thanks for watching The Word.
We're out.